On Facebook. Check to see if there's like any sound coming through. About the show. Okay. The water. Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Brakathum. Yahweh Shemal Athan Ba'ashem Yahushua. Precinct Officer Shah by the Isupk, started 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. Like always, per usual, Tuesday nights from 6:30 to 8:30, we be broadcasting live right here in Orlando, Florida. Right, every Tuesday we're in Hart Memorial Library in downtown Kissimmee. So if you want to join the classes live and direct and get all your questions answered, you're free to stop by. As long as you descend from the 12 tribes of Israel or a so-called Black, Hispanic, or indigenous person, you are free to come to the classes, man, in Hart Memorial Library, room 120, from 6:30 to 8:30 every Tuesday, right? And this is the Brotherhood class, as we do every week on Tuesday, Brotherhood. I posted the sign-in link on the Brotherhood. I posted the sign-in link on the Shalom, sir. You can hear me?
Hey, Shalom. You ever Can you hear me?
I posted I do hear feedback.
Hold on, let me hold on one second. Hey, Shalom. You ever Can you hear me? How about now?
I do hear feedback.
Hold on, let me
Yeah, I still hear it, sir.
Hey, Shalom. You ever Can you hear me? Hold on, let me
Yeah, I still hear it, sir.
Hey, Shalom. I got rid of it. You shouldn't hear it. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I ain't sure.
Hold on one second.
You're not on the YouTube, right? On the YouTube, right?
Can you hear me now?
Kadoka.
You still got the feedback?
No, not yet. I don't hear it no more. Yeah, it's gone now. Or is it my fault?
Hold on, let me make sure I got it all. Get rid of all of this stuff. Yeah, I don't know what's the feedback. I think I got out of everything.
Yeah, it's good now, sir. I can hear you good now.
Yeah, it's good now, sir. Okay, it's good now.
Well, I guess when I speak, I can hear it.
Well, I guess when I speak,
Yeah, I don't know what's the feedback. I think I got out of everything. It's a delay. I don't got no YouTube up. Let me see. Oh, maybe that's what it is. What about now?
Cuddle Khan. Yep. Yeah, no feedback, sir.
All right, cool. Salakia. Yeah, but Shim
Both sides,
Shrikathon.
right. Yo, what's going on, sir? You getting
Nothing too
busy
much.
with us tonight, sir?
Hey, I'm just here. I'm just here with the Aki on. That's all it is. Go ahead, do your thing, man.
Oh man. Nah, if you want to get down, sir, you're more than welcome. I don't want, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just chime in as I see fit. You can put me in the back. You can put
Okay.
me in the
You
back.
sure?
Yeah.
Well, I'll keep you up there, if you want to be up there, sir, you know.
No, make the teacher big. Make the teacher
Okay.
big.
All right, Cuddle Khan. Is that to walk, sir?
Con, that's 12.
Okay. All right, Cuddle Khan. So it's the Tuesday night Brotherhood class. So, of course, the topics that we discuss within this class revolves around brotherhood according to the law, statute, commandments of this Bible, right? And like I stated, we are the Isupk, and since 1969, we've been teaching the truth according to the Bible. And the truth is that this book has nothing to do with any religion that you can think of on this earth. It has nothing to do with the Christian church or Christianity or being a Catholic or being a Muslim. Whatever religion is out there, this Bible has nothing to do with. This is actually the history of the 12 tribes of Israel, which is so-called blacks, Hispanics, and indigenous people, right? We descend from the 12 tribes of the 12 sons of Jacob, which make up the 12 tribes of Israel, right? Our identity have been stripped from us due to slavery and colonization, right? But prior to all of that, we was known as Judah, known as Levi, known as Benjamin, Ephraim, Simeon, all the names of those 12 sons of those 12 tribes, because we are the blood descendants of the Israelites. This is who we are by nationality. And we've been teaching this since 1969. And the reason why it's important that you know this today, because look at what's going on the earth today, right? Out of everything that's going on today, man, blacks, Hispanics, and indigenous people, we maintain the bottom. We're at the bottom in everything that's going on right now, right? There just not too long ago, there was a shooting out in Buffalo where 10 people got shot in a predominant black neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And this man, which was a white supremacist, made it his agenda to specifically target black people. You know what I'm saying? When it comes towards immigration and deportation, we are specifically targeted the Hispanics, right? The native Indians and living in the reservations in the ghetto and having no running water. You know what I'm saying? That this is what we suffer here in America. You know what I'm saying? And it's important to understand who you are in order to get out of these conditions, right? So this book that we read called the Bible, it teaches the salvation for so-called blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians, which are the Israelites. And the key to our salvation is keeping the law, statute, commandments of the Most High, right? And if you want to understand it in a simple manner, right, our King broke it down as simple as possible. He said the law hangs on two things, right? What did he mention? Which is the two greatest laws that we can complete in order to complete all the laws. Help me out, Kanat.
It's like, sir, loving one another.
That's one. Mm-hmm.
And first one, loving thy brother as thyself.
Well, that's one of that was the second one he mentioned, but they both the same, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that is right. That's one of them.
And loving the Most High with all your heart.
Right. That's exactly right. You know what I'm saying? Get a brother a hand. You know what I'm saying? This is how our King simplified it for us. You know what I'm saying? We have to keep the law, statute, commandments of the Most High. And it starts with loving the Lord with all your heart, all your mind, and all your soul, and all your strength. meaning with everything you got, regardless of what you're going through, regardless of what you're facing in this present time in the world that we live in right now. You know what I'm saying? We are to keep the law, statute, commandment. And the second is like unto it, love thy brother as thyself, right? Brotherhood and following God goes hand in hand. You cannot do one without the other. You know what I'm saying? Your love for your people is a reflection of your love for the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You cannot do without one without the other. So we teach brotherhood, and this is the key that's going to give us the salvation and the redeem us from the hell that we suffer in America for the past 400 years. Is brotherhood, loving your brothers, learning how to serve the Most High, learning how to treat each other, learning how to deal with each other, learning how to operate as a nation, learning how to be independent and not dependent on your oppressor. You know what I'm saying? And thinking on what the Lord wants us to do rather than what your own lust desires. You know what I'm saying? So with brotherhood, we're going to talk about a few topics, right? Last week we spoke about hatred, you know what I'm saying, and friendship and jealousy and everything that comes along with it, and who you should identify as an ally and a friend. You know what I'm saying? What goes hand in hand with that is trials and tribulations, right? Hardship, suffering, what most people is going through today. You know what I'm saying? Tribulations and the trials and the certain events that you experience or traumatic events or things that hurt you in the past. All those things can deter somebody from wanting to serve the Most High or even loving their brother. You know what I'm saying? Tribulation is something that we all have experienced. Hardship is something that we all have experienced. You know what I'm saying? But the difference from if somebody's coming into the truth and experience tribulations or trials or hardship is that your response to it is totally different than you were or than you would have if you didn't have the truth. If you were in the world, you know what I'm saying? Back in the world, when things get tough, I know what I used to do, right? When things used to get tough for me, you know what I'm saying? I used to just sit back, I'm a youth then, you know what I'm saying? But I go, get the cigarello, you know what I'm saying? Break the cigarello in half, you know what I'm saying? And, that was back then when the bag of marijuana was for $10 for a dollar, you know what I'm saying? And put that in the cigar and smoke all my problems away.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is what I used to do, right? And I had to learn and realize that after that blunt was done, none of my problems went away.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? None of it. I had, you know what I'm saying? As soon as my high went down, it was right back to reality.
Right back.
You know what I'm saying? Because we're taught in this world not how to deal with our problems. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm going to give you a reality check, right? Life, like pain is life, right? You're going to go through certain things in life. You know what I'm saying? If you waiting for me to tell you during this class that everything is going to be all right, guess what? It's not. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through things in life. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a part of life, right? And that's just a dose of reality. You know what I'm saying? You are going to go through some tough times. Life is not meant for you to just get everything that you desire in life. You know what I'm saying? And everything that you want that makes you happy and living out a utopia and always just in constant pleasure. That's not the reality, right? The reality is that things are going to get tough, especially in these last days.
Right.
If you think it's rough now, the Lord is turning up the heat. You know what I'm saying? He's been turning up the heat for the past 400, 500 years. You know what I'm saying? But it's rough out there. You know what I'm saying? But what you're going to get by understanding by what you go through is how to respond with it and how to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Let me get Ecclesiasticus 40:1. And if I may too, sir, I don't mean to talk too much, man. Please chime in anytime and, jump in and, yeah, y'all give Oscar Zach a hand, man. You know what I'm saying? The brother holding it down, man. North Florida, you know what I'm saying? One of the brothers that raised me up as the brother that I am today. So Appreciate the service, sir. So we're gonna
No
go ahead
sign
and get
crazy.
down.
No sign crazy.
Okay.
Man, sir.
All right, you go ahead, Ward.
Shalom, Lord of Christ, sir. Ecclesiasticus, chapter 40, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Great travail is created for every man.
Great travail is created for every, right? The key word there is every man. Now, what is travail? Right? Travail is the hardship, the tribulations and trials and, things that feels traumatizing to you. The pain that you go through. You know what I'm saying? Great travail happens to every man, meaning whether you rich, poor, right? And now, depending on, statuses, is different circumstances, but still and yet, you're going to go through something in the lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Every man experiences that. You know why? Because it is a part of life. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Kind. And a heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam.
And what?
And a heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam.
All right, the burdens that you go through, a heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam. The sons of Adam will be Shem, Ham, and Japheth, right? Those are the three sons that populated the earth, right? Everybody descends from the son of Adam, the sons of Adam. You know what I'm saying? And every man at one point in their life is going to experience some type of pain, some type of hardship. You should expect it. You know what I'm saying? The problem is what they're doing to us, especially in these churches. They are lying to you by telling you that everything that you wish for, God is going to make it true. If you just pray about it, God is going to bless you. That because you come to serve God and say Jesus 30 times, you will never experience a bad day. So when bad things do come about, or trials and tribulations that do come about, we don't know how to react to it. You know what I'm saying? We get, some of us shut down. You know what I'm saying? Or lash out on others, right? And not exercising brotherhoods, taking it out on other people. You know what I'm saying? Because what they're going through, because they was never properly taught the reality of life. You know what I'm saying? There is a purpose to your pain. You know what I'm saying? Because it provides purpose to your life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Pain is purpose. You know what I'm saying? It provides purpose to your life. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? No pain, no gain. You get what I'm saying? Like, everybody understand that there's a goal, an achievement that you would like to accomplish in your life, right? But within that process, guess what? It's going to be pretty bumpy sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But if you're actually dedicated to achieving that goal, it's going to be much more pleasurable when you actually succeed in it. You get what I'm saying? But you won't feel the value of it if you didn't go through that rocky road.
Right.
If it was easy for you, it'll be just something just wasteful.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You cherish it more when it's that much hard to get it. Right. You get what I'm saying? Because that is the purpose of it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You value things more through your pain and suffering, through your trials and through your tribulation. And you have to understand God made it that way on purpose.
Right.
And it's for every man, every sons of Adam, right? Continue on.
From the day that they go out of their mother's womb till the day that they return to the mother of all things.
Right. From the day that they were born and to the day of what? What does that mean, the mother of all things?
Till they return to life. To the day they return, till they die.
Till they
return back to the earth.
Exactly right. You know what I'm saying? Get a brother in hand. You know what I'm saying? From the time you are born until the time you die, you are going to be dealt with some type of hardship in your life. All right. Now, just like in anything, right? There's a climax point in every novel, right? There's a low point, a neutral point. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, you should just always go through hardship and just suffer and suffer and suffer until you die, right? But you're going to experience a point in your life where you have to go through that. right? And that is what's gonna build you into the person that you are today. You know what I'm saying? Let's read on.
Verse 2. Their imagination of things to come and the day of death trouble their thoughts and cause fear of heart. From him that sitteth on a throne of glory unto him that humble in the earth.
And to him that sitteth on a throne of glory, or to him that sitteth on the earth? That is what it said? My bad.
Like from him that sitteth on a throne of glory unto him that is humble in earth and ashes.
That's humbled in earth and ashes. Meaning, regardless if you're rich or poor, everybody wants to live.
Right.
Right? You know what I'm saying? That's what they strive to do. Some people get real wealthy so they can live joyfully, or some people just have to grind through it and make the most of what they got.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, both are hand in hand is going to experience some type of trial. You get what I'm saying? You got rich actors like Johnny Depp right now that's in trial, right? He's rich as could be, but yet he experienced something traumatizing where he has to sit in that courtroom and look at his abuser while he explains the story. That woman was beating the hell out of Johnny Depp. You know what I'm saying? Right? Going through all that. You know what I'm saying? Because even with his riches, he's still experiencing those things. Right. And that is not pleasurable for nobody to experience. I don't care how rich you are.
Right.
Divorce don't feel good. No. Your kids being whores or on drugs don't feel good. Right. Your family, your loved ones dying don't feel good, regardless if you're rich or poor. Right. You get what I'm saying? Read on.
Verse 4. From him that weareth purple and a crown, unto him that is clothed with a linen frock.
Now, what is that explaining, right?
So like we said, that's explaining like the same thing verse 3 explaining. Like
exactly.
Somebody that is rich and somebody that is poor.
Right.
No matter like what the status is, you both gonna have their hardship.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly. You're just saying it in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Purple was an expensive color to have back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Because the way that they made it back then is not the same way they manufacture it today. You know what I'm saying? It took a lot of work to have that purple dye on your fabric. You know what I'm saying? So it was like how rich people wear, high fashion and Gucci and all of that. And they rich because, well, they probably broke, but because of their clothes, you assume that they rich. You get what I'm saying? It was no different from back then. When somebody wore purple, he was like, this cat got money.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Imitation purple.
Right. It was right. I'm sure there was imitation purple.
We're laughing.
They had flea markets of purple and, Right, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what a signification of somebody that's rich. Right. You know what I'm saying? And versus somebody that wears just a sackcloth or linen or just any other fabric just to keep their body warm or just to have clothes on them. You get what I'm saying? Right. Like it happens to both. You get what I'm saying? Like we mentioned, you know what I'm saying, in the verse before. None of those things feel good. You know what I'm saying? No amount of pain or trial or tribulation feels good to nobody. But it happens to all men, right? You know.
Wrath, verse 5. Wrath and envy, trouble and unquietness, fear of death and anger and strife, and in the time of rest upon his bed, his night sleep, do change his knowledge.
Does do what?
Do change his knowledge.
Now, what is this trying to explain?
It's like you said.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna take a jab at it. It's saying like all these things: wrath, envy, trouble, unquietness, fear, death, anger, strife. All these changes, like he can't get no sleep. Like when he lay down in the bed, all these things he contemplating upon his bed or on his mind, and it don't give you no rest. It's like you thinking about, okay, let's say for instance, someone facing eviction. Like you thinking about, okay, damn, I'm gonna get put out. Now where I'm gonna go? So like your mind just keep traveling down all all these different avenues of what's possibly going to happen come eviction time. So this kind of like saying, like all these things you think about every night. every man think about these things. Either one of these or all of these.
Right. Nah, and you are like, you know, precisely on it. You know what I'm saying? But that one point where it talks about change his knowledge, meaning before that he thought about life one way,
right?
But until he experienced certain things, now he has a new perception on life, right? Like this is for all them dum-dums who, you know, depend on a damn zodiac sign to determine their personality. You get what I'm saying? Like life experiences determines who you are.
Right.
What you go through makes you who you are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It shapes you as a person.
Right.
Not because you was born between this month and that month and the retrograde with Saturn and all that. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? The moon and the, you know, the blood moon and all that. That does not determine who you are going to be. You know what I'm saying? It's the experiences that people go through day by day. You know what I'm saying? This is how your perception in life change and you become who you're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how you respond to it. You know what I'm saying? So that's exactly what it's saying. You know what I'm saying? And you was dead on it. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody that's, you know, facing eviction, right? There was, you know, before that, things was all good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They probably have money to spend or doing all of that. And then boom, their landlord hit them with this. Now to them, they like, man, what I'm gonna do?
Right.
This is a cold world, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm either gonna sell drugs, rob somebody, shoot somebody, you know, do something so I can make sure I'm good. You get what I'm saying? Kind of go ahead.
It's like I said, if I may, that's like with all that being said, like it's a humbling experience. Because if somebody like say somebody rich, they don't have no care in the world about small things or any other thing. Like all they know is, okay, I'm wealthy, I got this, I can do what I want. But as soon as say they get hit with taxes or tax evasion or something, now it brings them down to somebody that has that everyday life of worry. Now they got that other, like it says, changes his knowledge, like he changed your mindset of thinking. Now he worried about the light bill, cars, like the car payments, or even if you're gonna have a house to stay.
God, now that's a perfect example. You know what I'm saying? Get a brother in. That's a perfect example because both apply to rich and poor.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like both of them. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna experience something while he's rich, and it may not be to the same extent as somebody as poor,
right?
But still and yet it's not pleasurable to them. You get what I'm saying? And that can curb somebody's character,
right?
Or change their knowledge, or change their thoughts, and change their behavior and their outlook on life.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Continue on.
Come. Verse 6. A little or nothing is his rest. And afterward, he is in his sleep.
Right. He's working. He's about to go to bed now. You know what I'm saying? He did all his daily duties, right? And deal with his daily affairs. Now is, you know, for his rest, right? Read on.
Come. As in a day of keeping watch, trouble in the vision of his heart.
Right. Listen, tribulations don't stop there neither, even when you go to sleep.
Right.
You know what they call that?
Nightmares.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these rich people are not beyond, you know, human nature. They got nightmares too. You know what I'm saying? They got daily problems during the day. And when they go to sleep, they got problems in their sleep too. Some of them can't even sleep at night. You get what I'm saying? And the purpose, we're going to get the conclusion of what we're reading about towards when you read along towards the end. But the purpose of this is for you to understand what is the true answer that's going to help you through the problems in life. You get what I'm saying? This is what the author of Ecclesiasticus is trying to describe. Right. You know what I'm saying? What is the ultimate answer to everything that you go through in life, right? Let's continue on.
Come. As if he were escaped out of a battle. When all is safe, he awakens.
Right. What does that mean? Right. He's in this. Right. The first they describe in the dream.
Right.
How did they describe it?
trouble and division, a nightmare.
Right. But it's like in the day of keeping watch, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And somebody's trying to kill him, right?
Right.
In this dream,
As
right?
he escaped it out of a battle.
Right. You know what I'm saying? He's getting a fight in this dream.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now
Right.
he wakes up. Yeah, I kind of gave it to you, but right. But yeah, he wakes up like it's like the nightmare, and he wake up in the middle of the night, cold sweats, and he realizes, well, it's just a dream.
Just a dream.
Yeah, but it felt real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It felt so real to him. He
Right.
woke up, had to check himself. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that happens to everybody. That happened to me before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta wake up and be like, gotta pinch yourself to see if you
I know that joint went real. That felt so real.
right.
It's lucky, sir.
Go ahead.
Not to jump off topic, but now I kind of understand the dream that Jacob had when he was fighting with the angel.
Mm-hmm.
Because to tell you, like, you know what I'm saying, that thing probably felt real.
Yeah, good.
And I don't know what kind of state of mind he was in when he was having that dream, but he prevailed.
God.
So it's like,
yeah, nah.
Get off topic.
Nah, it's all good. Yeah, nah, it's all good. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? He definitely got visited by the angel during his sleep, you know what I'm saying? And through that vision, warned in his sleep with that angel.
Right.
Until he got his blessing.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And he woke up and realized, right? And like we just read, all that can change your outlook in life. Right? He understood his purpose after he did that. Right. He got his blessing. You know what I'm saying? He knew, all right, this is what I wanted from the Lord. Right. Now I got to raise my sons like this so they can govern the earth. Right. You get what I'm saying? And that's what he experienced. You get what I'm saying? Right. And it's exactly what the scripture is talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's like how you mentioned, right? Let's continue on.
I'm sorry,
No sweat.
When all is safe, he awakened and marveled that the fear was nothing. Such things happen unto all flesh.
Unto what?
All flesh.
Read on.
Both man and beast.
Both who?
Man and beast.
Now, why is it saying man and beast? Because it does happen to both man and beast. Right. All right. You ever see a dog laying down when they sleeping and they kicking? Jumping while they sleeping? You know what I'm saying? It's not. This is reality. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna experience certain things. You know what I'm saying? Regardless in your daily duties or whether at night when you sleep. Right. You know what I'm saying? Your response to it is what makes you different from everybody else, right? Read on.
And that is sevenfold more upon sinners.
Is what?
Sevenfold more upon sinners.
The whole conclusion of what we just read about is about what?
Sinners.
About what?
Sinners.
Now, it does mention that all men go through this. Right?
Oh, I see what it's saying.
So what is the whole outcome that it's talking about?
That everybody go through hardship.
Everybody go through hardship.
But sinners go through more hardship.
Get a brother a hand. But it's sevenfold for those who don't obey the Most High. Right. You know what I'm saying? For those who break the law, statute, commandments of the Most High. Right? Money, the scripture do say money answer all things. Right? But it ain't the only thing. Right. You get what I'm saying? Right. Like you're gonna need something else to help you out when you're in hard times. Because that money can help you out for so much. For so long. You get what I'm saying? Right. And you know, it's unfortunate, but cats like MJ, you know, Whitney Houston, and you know, the rich of our people who had that money and had that wealth, but they didn't have the law, statute, commandments of the Most High. Right. You know what I'm saying? And they had to perish a horrible death because they turned to their money for their help. They turned to drugs for their help. You know what I'm saying? Rather turning to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be 7 times worse, you know what I'm saying, for somebody who don't keep the law, statute, commandments. Coming into the truth, you're going to get the ammo that you need to fight against this wicked world. Right. You get what I'm saying? Because before you came into the truth, you had your tribulations, you know what I'm saying, but you didn't know how to react to it or deal with them. You know what I'm saying? And here, when you serve the Most High, money is not going to fall out the sky for you. No. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to give you a seed to plant in your backyard to grow a money tree. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to tell you everything's going to be all right. I wish if I could say that, then that could make your problems go away. I wish just by uttering those statements, everything's gonna be all right. Poof.
Right.
Black people have no more trials, no more problems, and we all good now. But the reality is not that's not the case.
Right.
You're gonna go through some things. But in here, when you go through those things and serving the Most High, now you know how to deal with it. Now you know how to handle it. Before it was whooping your ass. Now you know how to fight back, to conquer it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Trooper.
It's like, so I was just gonna say, like the other day, I almost got hit with a scam.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, yeah, you won $50,000. And the first thing I thought about was like, well, damn, what the hell did I do that the Lord blessed me with? like I had to check myself. Like, damn, I've been doing. I ain't did nothing so special to you finna give me $50,000. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't never really lucky on winning shit like that. So I already knew like that was a scam. I'm not saying like you know what you doing and you know what you ain't doing, right? So like if something does come that way, you know if you been pleasing to the Lord or if you ain't been like doing what you're supposed to do. I'm not saying that I ain't been doing what I'm supposed to, but
no, I understand.
That was a scam.
Right.
And most people think that, you know what I'm saying, money, like you say, money gonna help them out in a situation, or they turn to their money, but like you say, Whitney Houston and Michael Jackson died drug addicts. You know what I'm saying?
They died just like Pookie in the neighborhood.
Just like a crackhead.
Right? With no money. Right. He was a crackhead with no money.
Right.
And you a millionaire, still a crackhead.
Right.
With all the money. You know what I'm saying? And you died the same way just as he did. You know what I'm saying? And kind of, I mean,
no, that was it. So I was just saying, like,
hey, Salaki.
Colonel Concert.
Yeah, just on what you're saying, I was just thinking about it. I don't know, what you got for your class. I ain't want to throw out a bunch of precepts that you was already going to use, but I had this one right here, Ecclesiastes 5. It goes on down. I don't know how far you would like for me to go into it, but let me just
let's get down. So,
directly on what you're saying. Ecclesiastes 5 and 7. It says, "For in the multitude of dreams and many words, there are also diverse vanities, but fear thou God. If thou seest the oppressor or the oppression of the poor and violent perverting the judgment of justice in the province, marvel not at the matter. For he that is higher than the highest regardeth, and there be higher than they." Now, if you want to stop me or whatever the case may be, or if the brother need anything.
Did you want the brother to read for you, sir?
Oh no, I could read it because I just wanted to go down. But I'm saying if somebody in the class don't understand it, I'll break it down. I'm just reading it right now, so just let them know to stop me if you know what I'm saying. If I say something, they don't understand what that means. This is verse 10, Ecclesiastes 5 and 10. "He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver, nor he that loveth abundance with increase. This is also vanity. When goods increase, they are increased that eat them. And what good is there to the owners thereof, saving the beholding of them with their eyes?" So it's talking about when you get more, you know how they say more money, more problems. You know what I'm saying? When the goods is increased, you got more people that's gonna come with you because you rolling, whatever the case may be, right? Verse 12. "The sleep of a laboring man is sweet." So somebody who putting in work, he gonna sleep good. This is what you was talking about the bad dreams, the nightmares, whether he eat little or much, but the abundance of the rich will not suffer him to sleep. So this is what you was bringing out a little bit earlier. "There's a sore evil which I've seen under the sun, namely riches kept for the owners thereof to their hurt. But those riches perish by evil travail." This is when you was talking about Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, right? It says, "But those riches perish by evil travail, and he begetteth a son, and there is nothing in his hand. And he came forth of his mother's womb naked. Shall he return to go as he came?" Same thing he was bringing out. And he shall take nothing of his labor, which he may carry away in his hand. So I was just bringing that out because you was talking about how like these people, they got money, right? They still got nightmares. They still going through hell. Money ain't going to save them or do anything. It's basically what you doing for the Most High that's going to matter. They end of the day, they dying like junkies, just like a crackhead in the neighborhood. It's no different. You know what I'm saying? So just having that is it's like a false sense of security. Because if you ain't dependent on the Most High, like what are you really dependent on? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Damn
So
right.
I just wanted to bring that out real quick. Slack.
Damn right, sir. You know what I'm saying? Damn right. Yeah, man. Like, this is what the Bible explains, and your money grubbing preacher on the pulpit never prepares you for this. You get what I'm saying? If you thinking we about to preach about prosperity today, guess what? You are sadly mistaken. You know what I'm saying? These classes are not about how rich God can make you. You know what I'm saying? Because God is not your personal genie. You know what I'm saying? You don't just make wishes all day and think God is going to grant it for you. You know what I'm saying? He don't prepare you for the reality of life. So that's why you always caught by surprise. You know what I'm saying? You caught by surprise because he ain't tell you that, guess what? God is going to put you some things. You know what I'm saying? The same God that can give you good is going to give you evil. You know what I'm saying? He don't tell you that. Everything that goes wrong, he said it's the devil. Right? Or you're not praying hard enough. You're not tithing hard enough. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you go through. Right. You know, so he makes it like the devil is some boogeyman that creeps it through your closet at night that just sprinkle bad mojo on you and you just have a bad day for the rest of the day. That's not reality, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go through things. It's part of life. Put that in your brain and understand that it is a part of life. You know what I'm saying? But what you need to go through those things, to conquer those things, or to endure during those times is these laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. That's the number one thing that you're going to need. You're going to need the Most High, right? And you're going to need your brothers as well. You're going to need your sisters as well, which is also in the laws of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? This is what the Most High has taught, is giving us the understanding of how to deal with our problems and make sure that we maintain this nationhood, right? Let's continue on Ecclesiasticus.
Okay. Verse 9. Death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked.
These things are what?
Created for the wicked.
They were meant for the wicked, man. You know what I'm saying? These things were created for the wicked. Everybody experienced them, but it's 7 times more for the wicked. You get what I'm saying? It's 7 times much harder for the wicked, right? For him to endure hard times. So what he does is run to drugs, right? Or what he does is run to his money or run to his lust or run inside the church. You know what I'm saying? Trying to find that quick fix. You know what I'm saying? It's what you need is endurance, the long ship of it. You know what I'm saying? The Lord created all these things so that we can grow and become gold at the end of it. You know what I'm saying? So we can be who the Lord designed us to be. You know what I'm saying? You won't know your purpose until you go through some things. You know what I'm saying? You won't really know what you're really made of until you go through some hardship. You know what I'm saying? That is the whole purpose of it. This is why who you are today. This is why you're in the Isupk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You would have never walked through them doors if it just rained money all day out of your window. You know what I'm saying? You would have never walked through these doors. You know what I'm saying? That's why our king said it's harder for a rich man to enter in the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? Than it is for a camel to go through a needle's eye, the eye of a needle. You know what I'm saying? Because if everything is pleasurable unto you, you will find no reason to want to serve the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Because the Most High does not grants you pleasure at your leisure. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to sacrifice some things to please the Most High. You're going to have to cut out some certain desires and not get always your way and get what you want in order to serve the Most High. And a lot of people is not cut out for that. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to grow and get strength and get wisdom, you know what I'm saying, well, provide yourself endurance. You know what I'm saying? Don't ask God why, but ask the Most High for strength. You know what I'm saying? Let's drop that. Let's get 1 Peter 4:12. Hey, it's your Lord, Troop Zahab. Zahab to wow.
book of 1 Peter, chapter 4, verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
Beloved, think it not strange.
Think it what?
Think it not strange.
Right. We just read in Ecclesiasticus that this happens to all men. Every man goes through hard times. So it said, think it not strange. Right? Don't think it's like I just mentioned. Why me, God? Why is this happening? Why, God? Why? You asking why all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? But not trying to find a solution to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You trying to play the victim, you know what I'm saying? But not understanding that maybe the Lord wants you to go through this. So you can be a better person at the end of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can gain the wisdom and the strength that you need. You know what I'm saying? But so don't think it's something strange. It's a part of life, right? Read on.
Think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you.
Is to what?
Try you.
To try you. The fiery trials. Right? This is what comes with also serving the Most High. When you come to serve the Lord, prepare your heart for temptation. Prepare yourself for hardship. You know what I'm saying? It's going to get hard. It's going to get rough. Right? But you have to dig deep within yourself to continue on serving the Most High, regardless of what's going on. Right? Read on.
As though some strange thing happened unto you.
As though some what?
Strange thing happened unto you.
Who are you for who are you to not to go through any hardship in your life?
Right.
For you not to ever suffer in your life. Who the hell you think you are?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you flesh just like everybody else.
Right.
Don't think it's strange. Right?
It's
The
like
Lord put kind of concept.
No, I was just gonna say, like, yeah, like that's the main thing. Like when you're talking to people, like you saying you serve Christ, right? And he's the greatest man ever to walk the face of the earth, and he went through temptation, he went through trials. Hell, he was killed. He was tempted of Satan. So, like, who are you really? Like, that you think you are? You ain't got to go through nothing. You just gonna walk into heaven, and you ain't gonna endure nothing. And you saying you following Christ? If you following Christ, then you got to be willing to go through those trials. You know what I'm saying? In order to get raised up by the Most High, and that's part of the thing that it's talking about. So I got precepts on it, but I think you probably gonna hit them. So I'm gonna just hold them for.
Nah, get down, get down. Go ahead. What you got, sir?
Just tell me if these are your notes. Ecclesiasticus 2. I know you got that one, right?
Nah. We can
James
go to
1.
that.
James 1.
Nope.
All right, cool. I'll pull them at the right time. I got it.
Nah, no sweat. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly right what Oscar Zach said, man. You know what I'm saying? You are lied to and pacified and pandered to in that church like a little baby. You know what I'm saying? Told everything that you want to hear when it's all a complete lie. You know what I'm saying? And it caused you to further destroy yourself. You start to adapt a destructive lifestyle based upon the traumas that you go through. You know what I'm saying? The hurt and the pain and the hardship that you go through, you know, a lot of people tend to pull bad habits with them. You know what I'm saying? Pull weed or drugs or be more abusive or do things that they would not normally do. And you know what I'm saying? It will further push them into a destructive lifestyle, will slowly destroy themselves.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because they was not prepared. They was not aware. They was not told the truth. You know what I'm saying? That you're going to go through some things, just like Christ did. You know what I'm saying? And Christ was not he was man just like you and me. You know what I'm saying? And he did not think, that he should not go through those things. He did it for the sake of our people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a greater reward at the end of all of this, right? Let's continue on.
Come verse 13. But rejoice, inasmuch as ye are partakers of Christ's suffering.
Right. But rejoice. You know what I'm saying? Because you are partakers of Christ's suffering. Now, if you truly follow Christ, what does that mean? What does that mean? All right.
You're going to suffer.
Go ahead.
You're going to suffer some things.
You're going to go through some things.
You're going to serve.
All right. You know what I'm saying? But in the church now, it's the complete opposite. You know what I'm saying? Right. You go in there and accept yourself or accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to just have a wonderful life after that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like, go ahead, soldier.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Nah, get down.
Oh, like, and that's the thing about it. That's why Christians don't serve Yahweh or Christ.
Mm-hmm.
That's why because it causes them to lose whatever pleasure that they gotta have. They have to give up something.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to take it.
God.
You know what I'm saying? That's how you know the difference between men in the ISUPK and Christians.
Right.
We serve Yahweh.
God.
They don't serve nobody but themselves for their own lust.
Damn right. You know what I'm saying? Get that brother.
Hey, Salakia, I was just teaching the same thing last night. You so in the spirit. Like, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and go. If you can have a brother read Ecclesiasticus 2 and 1, you could stay where you at real quick. I just want to bring this out. Like what you bringing out is so, it's like they think like you come up there and say, I'm turning my life over to God, right? And all of a sudden you ain't never gonna go through nothing ever again, and it's gonna be white roses and doves and lilies and everything until you die. But that is not what the Bible teaches. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all through the Bible is talking about endure and be strong and all of that. Why is it telling you all that if everything is going to be exactly the way you want it from the time you say you change your life? And then what about all the time that you did not do what the Lord said? You know what I'm saying? That just goes away. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's automatic. The Lord can forgive you for it, but still in all, don't think that, you know what I'm saying, you still can't be punished for those things that you did prior to you coming into the truth. Because it's happened. If you can read it, or the brother can read it, Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 real quick. This is exactly what you was talking about.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Prepare thy soul for, everything to go your way, and you never have to. It's saying if you come in to serve the Lord, you should be prepared for something. What is that? Temptation, right? We're talking about like Matthew chapter 4, where it says the Christ was led into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. So if Christ, a man who was obedient unto the death, can be tempted, what about you? You know what I'm saying? And right here in one of the books that the Roman Catholic Church took out, that's not canonized in Ecclesiasticus, this is what a very wise man is telling you to prepare for when you come in to serve the Lord. He says, prepare thy soul for temptation. Keep going.
Verse 2, set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
So it's saying, get your mind. When you see heart in the Bible, it's talking about your mind. Get your mind right and constantly endure. So like if you weak, the truth ain't for you. And that's exactly what you're going to fall victim to every single temptation you got. You got to come in with the mind frame of, I know now that everything that I endured in the world was nothing compared to what I'm enduring now that I've decided to follow and deal righteously. It's easy to go say, you know what? I need some money. Oh, I know how to get it. And to get it in an unrighteous manner. It's harder to depend on the Most High to get you out of a certain situation. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying constantly endure. You know what I'm saying? You still got all the plugs. You still know all the holes. You still know everything that you do prior to coming into the truth. And guess what? Your temptation is going to be to resist what you think is the right way and do what the Lord is saying. Keep going up.
Come. And make that haste in time of trouble.
Right. Don't make no quick decisions because something that came around. Keep going.
Cleave unto him and depart not away.
Right.
That thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
So what's going to happen is if you hold on to the truth, right, and you don't fall away, then you can be increased or raised up or exalted in the end, right? Check this out. Now, I know for sure, Thawashab, ain't no Christian church teaching this. Read verse 4.
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully.
Now, have you ever heard that? Anybody ever heard that? Whatsoever is brought upon you, take cheerfully. Why? Because we done read the end of the story. We know why. He that endures to the end, the same shall be saved. You know what I'm saying? All it is a test. They read every Sunday. They want to talk about Job. They want to talk about all these men, right? When the scriptures say by faith, these men went through and endured something in order to prove that they served the Most High. To the point where even the brother Abraham was about to off Isaac to prove it to the Most High.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't even deny yourself a cigarette or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you talking about you really serve God or you follow Christ. Keep going, Kadak.
And be patient when thou art changed to a lower state.
When the Lord brings you down to a lower state, all you got to do is be patient and stand firm with the Most High. Why? Read verse 5.
For gold is tried in the fire.
There it is right there. That's that fine gold. That's Zahab Tawar right there. Gold is tried in the fire. It don't come out looking like you see it. You know what I'm saying? When brothers got chains on, it's got to go through some fire. It's got to be formed. It's got to, you know what I'm saying? Gold is tried in the fire. So it becomes a rock first. But if to make it into something that look like what people would want, it's got to go through some hard. You feel what I'm saying? Keep going.
Right.
And acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
And the acceptable men are tried in the furnace of adversity. You thrown in that fire the same way all great men is. We talking about Paul, who was thrown in jail. You know what I'm saying? They was about to kill him. They slapping him in his face. Christ, who's going, they killed him. You know what I'm saying? They did all of these things. It says they murdered our prophets. Now, here we go in 2022 saying we're going to follow the Lord and we ain't going to go through nothing. It don't make no sense. And you can tell these people ain't reading the Bible. Salak, y'all.
Nah, damn right, sir. Damn right. That's exactly on it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's in the Bible for a reason. There's multiple scriptures that we just read saying the same exact thing. And nowhere did we read, and while all the scriptures that we came across, nowhere did we read where it said God is just going to bless you all day, no matter what. Or he loves your heart no matter what. Or if you come to serve me, everything's going to be all right and you'll never go through any pain or suffering or hardship. You know what I'm saying? That is not reality, or it is not even according to God at all. You know what I'm saying? And that was a good chapter, man, a good precept. Let's give me verse 10 real quick.
In
Ecclesiastes 2. That was a good
Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the generations of old.
Look at the generations of old, meaning the men that's written of in this Bible, like Isupk just said. You know what I'm saying? He mentioned Job, mentioned Abraham. You know what I'm saying? Who else? Every priest and prophet, every great man that you read about in this Bible, all right? They all had to endure something in order to get what the Lord promised them, right? Read on.
And see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded?
Did any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Right? They constantly endured. Constantly. From every great man you can think of. They all went through it in serving the Most High. You know what I'm saying? But yet, at the end of it all, the Lord still gave them what he promised them. You know what I'm saying? He kept his word and took care of them brothers. Even with our King Yahushua. Like, it didn't stop when he was in the wilderness. After he, didn't eat the bread or didn't jump off the ledge, it didn't just stop there and he was good with no other hardship. You know what I'm saying? Even throughout his whole time period in doing the work of the Most High, he was constantly tempted. Sadducees and Pharisees trying to kill him. All the way up to his death, where he was like, Lord, if it be your will, take this cup from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was rough for him. You get what I'm saying? But he understood in order to go through this, I'm going to be fine gold at the end of it. This is how I become that precious gold. You know what I'm saying? Like this around your neck right now. You know what I'm saying? That boy shot it. You know what I'm saying? This is how it's done. You know what I'm saying? You have to go through that fire, right? Continue on.
Or did any abide in his fear?
Mm-hmm.
And was forsaken.
Man. That was it in verse 10?
It's a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like this is how you know who's really serving the Most High.
Right.
By when they go through it, are they still with them at the end of it?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It's easy to say Jesus, Jesus, love, 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 Lord, Lord, love. As soon as he give you some evil towards that love, you know what I'm saying? Are you really still loyal to him after that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Are you still dependent on him, or will you still serve him and do his will, do what he tells you to do? You know what I'm saying? That's when it's gonna really matter.
Right.
Right? Love don't exist without something occurring for you to present it.
Right.
Meaning like I don't try to, you know what I'm saying, but if you get what I'm saying, like you have to, something has to occur in order for even the expression or the term or the word or the feeling or the action of love to exist. Something has to occur. You know what I'm saying? That means it's if being honest or being a snitch, right? You won't know nobody's being a snitch until the time comes, right? Then that's how you know that is a snitch. Well, you don't know if nobody really loves until it comes a time for you to actually show it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Trooper.
Salaki, sir. That's heavy too because General Muhammad taught a class and he was saying that love is pain and sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like you love somebody, you're gonna go through some painful stuff. Or you're gonna do something that's painful to you. You know what I'm saying? Like it might be painful to you to trust this person. Knowing that let's just say for instance it was a woman, like might be painful for you at the time to know that this man got another woman, got another wife. But if you love him, you will suffer. That's what he said. It's suffering, pain and suffering.
Right. Nah, they're right. Get love there. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly it. You know, so let's jump back to First Peter. You know what I'm saying? And we don't understand these things. It's because of the church. You know what I'm saying? Because of the church that you go through. You go inside that church every Sunday. It looks nice. The music is playing. It makes you feel so excited when you walk in. Feel like you have no trouble in the world. But as soon as those church doors close, you know what I'm saying, the service end, it's back to reality.
Right.
It's right back. And then you're going to ask yourself, well, what did I gain to help me in this reality?
Right.
Hey,
You're going to find out you ain't gained nothing. Oh, Karabukan, my bad, sir. Go ahead.
No. I just wanted to chime in what you just read, that Ecclesiasticus 2, where it said, look at all the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did they abide in fear and was forsaken, or whom did ever despise that called upon him? There's a script like that almost where David said almost the same exact thing. And that's Psalms 37 and 25. It says, I've been young and now I'm old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, what Solomon was saying is the same thing what his pops was saying. He just saying the same exact thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? You trusting in the Lord, and like what he gonna say? He's gonna be like, what kind of God you serve when you actually trust in him and he don't come through.
Damn right. Damn right. You know what I'm saying? You gotta constantly endure. You're gonna have to be in it to win it.
Right.
You're gonna have to go through it until the end. You know what I'm saying? Those that endure to the end shall be saved, right? You got that in First Peter.
Come, verse 13. But rejoice, inasmuch as but rejoice, inasmuch as ye are partakers of Christ's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceedingly joy.
Listen, same exact thing we just read in Ecclesiasticus 2. Same exact thing. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Come. For if ye be reproached for the name of Christ, happy are ye.
This says what?
Happy are ye.
Everything, what it say? What we read in Ecclesiasticus, take it cheerfully, right?
Cheerfully.
You know what I'm saying? If you be reproached because of the name of Christ, now it says the name of Christ, right? Not the Christ that you know of in the church, right? The trooper mentioned, this is how you know who actually served Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? Who the world called Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? Is by those that's willing to endure through the hard times, right? the church, and like you mentioned, the church, they don't really serve Yahweh Shai. They don't really serve Christ. You know what I'm saying? They not really down with them like they say they are. You know what I'm saying? As long as they feel good behind it, then that's where the loyalty resides in. Because they only worship themselves. You know what I'm saying? Or the pastor. You know what I'm saying? And you know who taught them that? This right here. Right? You see this image right here? A lot of people be mistaken in thinking that this is Jesus Christ. Right? They go at church every Sunday and pray to this image right here. And later on that night, before they go to bed, they pray to this image right here. And when they wake up, they pray to this image right here. And then when they get themselves ready to go to work, they pray to this image right here. All day, every day, you're praying to this image right here. Well, I'm here to tell you that this is not Jesus Christ, man. You know what I'm saying? This is the greatest lie that I ever erected on this earth. And it's all towards giving you false hope. It's a false narrative of Jesus Christ. This image right here will tell you everything's going to be okay. This image right here will tell you that God is going to bless you with a new house and a new car. And God is going to give you everything that your heart desires. You know what I'm saying? This image right here tells you to worship yourself and make yourself a God and not serve the Most High of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? You know why? Because this image is a lie. You know what I'm saying? This image is what's promoting you to sin against the Most High, to follow your lust and to only please yourself. You know what I'm saying? They made a fabricated version of Yahweh Shai. Christ was a hardcore brother. You know what I'm saying? You have to be hardcore to go through what he went through.
Right.
I mean, damn. Niggas, trying to kill you. Niggas trying to, run up on you. You ain't got nowhere to lay your head. You constantly on the move. You got a huge responsibility of raising up the nation. You have to be hardcore to do something like that. You know what I'm saying? But this image right here was some more passive, love everybody. Can we all get along? Why would they want to kill somebody like that? Think about it. Would you want to kill somebody like that? Go ahead, Trooper Canuck.
Like, just looking at that image, he looked like if he had that job and they was chasing him, he will fall on the ground and get caught. Cause you know they always fall.
Right, like in the horror movie.
Yeah, he will fall and get. He would have killed. He would have lasted.
He would not last it. You know what I'm saying?
Soft as hell.
Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Christ, the real Christ that we serve, that's written of in this Bible, he knew how to endure. He knew how to go through hardship. You know what I'm saying? Because he served the Most High, right? But once you serve this image, when things go bad, you ain't going to know what to do. Because this image tells you to serve your money and to serve yourself. You know what I'm saying? When this image is a lie, man. Jesus Christ was a black man according to the Bible.
That's
you know what I'm saying? A black man from the ghetto at that. So you know he had it bad. Born in a manger where sheep pissed and took a crap at. You know what I'm saying? That's where he was born at. You know what I'm saying? Amongst cattle. You know what I'm saying? And that's the king that endured and went through hardship, and that's ruling over Israel today. But this image, this right here, it's going to only get you killed. Right. So only going to get you destroyed by following this image right here. Cut concept.
Right.
Now I was just going to say, can any good thing come from Mercy Drive? Can any good thing
Damn
come
right. Damn right.
Can any good thing come from Jerkyville, from you know what I'm saying, 45th Street, Moncrief, and Duval? Can any good thing come from there? That's what they were saying about him. Can anything good come from this hood where he was from? They ain't think nothing could come. That's how you know he ain't that picture that you just put up. Because they was questioning whether anything good could even come out of where he was from. Same thing they doing with you from your neighborhood, from where you come from.
Damn right, sir. Damn right. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right, sir.
Damn right. You know what I'm saying? Because that's who Christ really was, man. A brother from the ghetto. A nigga from the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? You had something, Trooper?
Nah, I was just going to say that cat look like he's from goddamn Windermere.
Where he from, y'all? Y'all put up in the chat where you think that this guy from. All right?
He from Christmas. He from Christmas, Florida.
Christmas, Florida. You know what I'm saying? He from what is that? Bartow? Not Bartow. But not what's that place called? Down south? Man.
He from Cocoa Beach.
Cocoa Beach, man. There we go. Yeah, we just say Cocoa Beach, man. You know what I'm saying? This is him right here. This is him. He's the one that's gentrifying your neighborhood. That's causing you to go through more hell. You know what I'm saying? This image right here is the reason why you suffering the problems that you go through right now. Now, if you want a solution to your problems and you want to actually know how to deal with them and know what to do when you go through them, serve the nigga God, man. Right. Serve the Christ of the Holy Bible, man. And that's where you'll find out the true information to go through hardship. You know what I'm saying? Because Christ ain't bail out. He ain't give up. You know what I'm saying? If he would have given up, man, it would have been a sad state for all of us, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? But he held on even through his hardship. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you come to serve Christ and not this false garbage right here, you know what I'm saying? You got to be willing to do the same. All right? So let's continue on.
Okay. Verse 15. But let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief,
or as a murderer, or as a thief. Read on.
Or as an evildoer.
Or as a evildoer. Somebody put Key West. Right. Well, all the rainbows at. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's where he from, right? Or as a evildoer, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't allow yourself to be further destroyed or further oppressed because you don't align yourself with the behavior of Christ. You know what I'm saying? Christ was a well-disciplined brother. You know what I'm saying? Who maintained the laws, even the Levitical law and the Roman laws, right? He did nothing to dishonor the laws of Rome, right? Even to the point where Pontius Pilate was like, listen, I don't even know why y'all accusing this guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to wash my hands clean because I don't find him guilty with nothing. You know what I'm saying? Until they put that treason on him and said, hey, look, he's trying to overthrow Caesar. We have no king but Caesar. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to accuse him, falsely accuse him, because this brother lived a righteous life.
That's evil.
Right. God, go ahead.
And just like on that, what you said, that's evil as hell. Like, they know exactly what to say to get this man killed out of the way. Because, like you said, he was blameless. So that's just how evil your Christian pastor is, to get you to stay and to stay asleep, because he know your secrets. Right. Y'all call pastor and talk to pastor about what's going on in your household, and he know all of that. You know what I'm saying? So he used that to manipulate to gain whatever he wanted. Right. Sleeping with other men's wives, turning down the needy. God. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like them Sadducees and Pharisees are still here. Yeah. God. Nah, damn right, soldier. Damn right. Like that same spirit still exists till this day. You know what I'm saying? It is no different. You know what I'm saying? But Christ went through all of that. You know what I'm saying? And he understood what his mission was. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really want to serve our King, if you really want to serve Christ, you're going to be having to be willing to go through the same thing. All right, let's continue on. Con. This is a good one, too. Or as busybodies. Or as what? Busybodies. Hey, what? Busybodies. Yeah, that is a good one, right? Because when things go bad, everybody want to gossip about it. You know what I'm saying? You heard what such and such is going through. You heard what happened to this person, what happened to that person. You know what I'm saying? Be blameless, man. Do what's right in the eyes of the Most High and also in the eyes of man, too. You know what I'm saying? So that way, nobody can accuse you of nothing. And if you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing, don't be discouraged when things go bad still. Right? Christ did everything that he was supposed to be doing. But still in all, he had to be crucified. Still in all, he was still tempted. Right? And that did not discourage him. Right? You want to endure, man. Constantly endure. Don't feel discouraged just because things is going wrong and you know you're doing good. All right? That ties along with pride. You know what I'm saying? Or being like a Pharisee. Them cats was out there trying to murder Christ. Right. Stealing, being thieves, being busybodies, not actually enduring and try to serve the Most High, you know what I'm saying, but only feeding their lust. Be contrary to your pastor. Be contrary to the Christian church. Be something completely different. You know what I'm saying? So that way you can be an example for this nation. Right? Let's continue on. Kind. It says, or as a busybody in other men's matters.
In other men's matters, man. You know what I'm saying? That gossip that you do, it's sad, man. You know what I'm saying? And listen, it's a sign of misery, really. You get what I'm saying? Because like we just read, you know what I'm saying? We go through things in life. Everybody go through something. But a lot of people don't know how to heal from their trauma. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
they develop a attitude of misery, right? Because they harbor all that trauma and all that pain that they go through. You know what I'm saying? So they find pleasure in other people's pain.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You ever heard the expression hurt people hurt people?
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You got to learn to heal from your pain. Learn to heal from it.
Right.
Right? The only antidote that's going to heal you is these law, statute, commandments.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is what's going to free you from the hardship and the things that you go through. Serving the Most High. You know what I'm saying? He can help you out. You know what I'm saying? He can give you the things the wisdom that you need to help you out if you're willing to listen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But people are too stuck in that, you know what I'm saying, and puffed up in their pride that they involve themselves in murders and thefts and busybodies and gossip and all of that stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Humble yourself when you go through these things.
Right.
When you go through problems, humble yourself. You know what I'm saying? And ask the Most High to give you strength. All right, let's continue on. Nah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and that's also a sign of weak and feminine. Because only women gossip.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a sign of weakness. If you gossip it and it's going against the commandments. Like if you gossiping about another brother, or if you have like you say you have a problem with that brother, you gossiping about it, you're not telling that brother, that's going against the scripture.
Right. God. No, you're exactly right. Nah, God, it's a form of weakness. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that is a form of weakness. You know what I'm saying? Like it said in the scriptures, I have not given you the spirit of fear. Right? Fear, misery, gossip, weakness, all of that is you being your weaker version of yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like all of that. The Lord ain't give you none of that. You know what I'm saying? The brothers who served the Most High was courageous men in the time of being in low state. Right? They showed act of courage. Right? David with Goliath, Abraham with his son. That was a trial right there. It was tough for him to do that.
Right.
But he was courageous enough to go through it and serve the Most High and do what the Lord told him to do. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it comes with serving the Most High. Anything else, nigga, you only pleasing yourself.
Right.
You only pleasing your flesh. You know what I'm saying? Gossiping and, talking about what other people go through. Guess what? Everybody's going to go through it.
Right.
Guess what? It's his day today. Guess what? It's going to be your day tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's going to go through it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Salaki.
Yeah. Come.
Yeah, I was just saying, like what you're saying is right on point. And it's so hypocritical for you to look at somebody else's misery or something they're going through and be like, look at him, look at him. You know what I'm saying? Not even understanding that if the Lord ain't with you, the same thing can happen to you. Or like what the Christian thing to do is to look at something somebody's going through and try to point out something that they did wrong, like you never did nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's not, it's like what you're saying. You could be up today, down. Time and chance happens to everybody. This is why Christ said, in Luke chapter 6 and 42, he says, either how canst thou say to thy brother, let me pull the mote that is in thine eye, when thou thyself beholdest not the beam that is in thy own eye? Thou hypocrite, cast out first the beam out of thy own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to pull the mote that is in thy brother's eye. So it's like you talking about them, like they so wrong or whatever they going through can't happen to you, and the Lord will put you right in that situation, and you will do worse than they did in it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, so it's a lack of brotherhood. We in the brotherhood class. It's a lack of brotherhood to see your brother. If I see you going through something, instead of me talking about you, why should I just help you through that? You feel what I'm saying? Knowing that it can happen to me tomorrow, and I might need you to help me through it in the same breath. So,
It's
like,
saying this is some heavy duty material here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better come to class now.
Yeah, ain't been this
right. Y'all played around at Duval. What y'all got going on? Jacksonville, Orlando. Where you at, man? Y'all better come to class, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what's going to take to heal this nation, man. You know what I'm saying? And everything that we bring up during these classes in Brotherhood is basic stuff that everybody goes through.
Right.
Everybody wants to understand friendship. Everybody want to understand love. Everybody want to understand the hardship that they go through and tough times. Everybody want to understand that. You know what I'm saying? Well, the basic things that we go through is what's separating us and breaking us apart as a nation. You know what I'm saying? When we simplify and understand what life is about, this is how we're going to be able to mend our differences and bring this nation back together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we can be one again. You know what I'm saying? Christ made it real simple for us, and we're reading about it right now. All right, let's continue on.
Come. Verse 16. Yet, if any man suffer as a Christian,
As a what?
Christian.
Now, what does it mean to be a Christian?
Salaki.
What is a Christian? Well, go ahead, break it out. What is a Christian?
A Christian is a follower of Christ.
A follower of Christ, right? What does that even mean?
I mean, Salaki, sir.
Mm-hmm.
That means doing as Christ did.
Which is what?
Following the laws, statutes, and commandments.
Well, hold on now. You got somebody that's trying to portray Christ that'll tell you that the laws are done away with. You got somebody that's trying to portray Christ and tell you that no matter what you go through, God loves you. Or what you do, God loves your heart. Or everything's going to be all right. God is going to bless you with money falling out the sky. He's going to give you that new car that you prayed for. He's going to give you that new house. And you can get everything that you desire so you can stunt on your nation. This is what God is going to, this is what they tell you. They tell
Look
you.
at that. Look at the heart, Salaki. Look at the heart on that image. Look at the heart on that image. What is that? What is that? Is that being a Christian?
Right.
Like the heart
You
is
know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
Yeah. Go ahead. Right. Go ahead, True.
Honestly, man, that image just suck, man. It suck. Like once you read the identity of Christ, knowing where he come from, that's idolatry. It's an idol.
God.
He don't look like he came from the ghetto. He ain't from Paramore unless he's buying crack.
Right. Unless
buying crack.
Right. Buying the methamphetamine and some shit, man. But God, a Christian is somebody that follows what Christ did. And how do you follow what Christ did? Is keeping the law, statute, commandments of the Most High, enduring, serving the Most High, even when you're suffering, even when you're at the bottom, even when you're going through hard times. You have to really dig deep into yourself and maintain your stance. Because listen, it wasn't easy for Christ.
No.
It said that he sweat, like so much sweat was coming out when he was about to be crucified, that it was like blood coming out. I'm paraphrasing, you know what I'm saying? But that's how it mentioned it, right? When he told the disciples, stand here and I'm going to go ahead and pray. You know what I'm saying? And when he told the Lord to take this cup away from me, he said he was sweating so profusely that it looked like the sweat was like blood drops. That's how thick of sweat was coming out. And it said the angels came up to him and ministered unto him. You know what I'm saying? Meaning encouraging him, like, hey, you got to do it. You got it. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't easy.
Right.
It wasn't easy. You know what I'm saying? But a true follower of Christ will endure just like he endured. You know what I'm saying? Even when people want to persecute you for serving him, for having fringes, for wearing out your beard, you know what I'm saying? For not showing up work on Saturday, for having braids, you know what I'm saying? Wearing boots, speaking the Hebrew and having your dawadah. You know what I'm saying? People will hate you for that. You know what I'm saying? But if you truly love Christ and serve Yahweh Shai, guess what? You will count that as joy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Kind. Yet if any man suffer as a Christian, let him be not ashamed.
Let him not be what?
Ashamed.
Don't be ashamed for serving the Most High, coming to the truth. Read on.
But let him glorify the power on this behalf.
On what behalf?
This behalf.
Read on.
For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of God.
At what?
At the house of God.
Right. And serving him. Those that come to serve him. All right. It's going to be tough, man. It's not going to be easy in serving him. You know what I'm saying? For the Christians, man, they count it all joy or whatever, you know. Would you read that part one more time where it mentions a little bit about that?
For the time come.
Yeah, a little bit above that.
Oh, let him glorify the power on this behalf.
A little bit above that, my bad.
Let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify God on this behalf.
Right, because the church, they don't have no shame, right?
Right.
But they don't have no shame, not according to what we're reading about right now. You know what I'm saying? They'll be willing to do whatever as long as it's pleasing them. Right? They'll do whatever to get out their hard times. Like Judas did. Right? You in the church full of Judases. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't willing to endure with his king, with his Adawan. So he betrayed him for 30 shekels of silver.
$30.
$30. $30 is $30. You know what I'm saying? And the church is full with people with that same type of spirit. They will, you know, cutthroat their own brothers and sisters just to get on top. You know what I'm saying? Sell each other drugs just to get out the hood and the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Do all type of wicked abomination just so you can get a little bit of ounce of relief from the trials and tribulations that you're going through. You know what I'm saying? But what you should do, the spirit that you should be in, you should count it as joy, man. You know what I'm saying? When you come to serve Christ, man, don't be ashamed with people talking down on you. You know what I'm saying? They eating all the pork and they don't have no shame. You know what I'm saying? You actually serving the Most High because you know the greater good out of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They only want a temporary fix. You know what I'm saying? What we seek is a permanent fix. Where we don't ever have to endure or go through the things that we were going through in this present time. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Come. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of God?
That do what?
Not obey the gospel of God.
Right. That don't obey the gospel. So if we go through it, right, and thinking about it like this, right, and I'm gonna put it within this context, being that what's occurring in the world today, right? The Buffalo shooter committed that whole massacre and killed 10 black people and injured a couple few, you know what I'm saying? A couple of few, you know, brothers, right? And sisters in that shooting, you know what I'm saying? And with us as a people, being that we are the chosen people of the Most High, yeah, we in the ghettos. Yeah, we in poverty. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we in the reservations. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we in the barrios. But yet, out of all the midst of the hell that we're going through, if we turn to the Most High and serve him, he will give us justice for everything that we suffering. And what we're suffering right now, the justice that the Lord will give us will be 10 times harder than what we ever experienced. Right. You know what I'm saying? Your oppressor is going to get the bad end of the stick at the end of all of this. You know what I'm saying? You think that, you know, he thinks that he can get away with just shooting up our people and doing what he want to do. Yeah, the Lord is judging us. Yeah, we're suffering and at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? But if all the hell that we going through right now, the Lord is going to reward our oppressors double. Those that don't obey the Most High. Those that tell you to go against the law, statute, commandments. Those that hate his people. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be 10 times worse, 7 times worse, 100 times worse for them. You know what I'm saying? So be content in the position that you in. You in the ghetto, man, rejoice, man. Make that ghetto great. You know what I'm saying? Pull up a little barbecue while you in the hood or something. Put out some music. Say shalom to your brothers and sisters. Don't be mad because you in the hood. Because you know why? There's gold in that ghetto. You know what I'm saying? There's right, you know what I'm saying? There's something that the Lord loves more than anything on this earth in that ghetto. You know what I'm saying? The white man got it all in this earth, and he still has to shoot you down. Right. And murder you by he rules everything. What are you mad about? Right. You know what I'm saying? You got everything you wanted. You know what I'm saying? Negro got a little damn grocery store, you want to shoot it up. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, your people is ruling the whole earth. You know what I'm saying? Well, judgment is starting with us. Yes, it's going to come with us. You know what I'm saying? Being that we're the chosen people, the Most High. You know what I'm saying? But your oppressor is going to get it bad. And he's going to get it even worse than you ever had. You know what I'm saying? So keep your faith in that. Endure in that. if you want your salvation, if you want justice for the people that died in Buffalo, serve the Most High and constantly endure. Keep these laws, statutes, commandments. You know what I'm saying? The Lord will give you that justice that you deserve, right? Let's drop that. Let me get what time is it?
It's 8:09. So.
Okay, we got time. Yeah, let me get Job 2 and 9. There you go. Ahead.
The book of Job, chapter 2, verse 9. Then said his wife unto him.
Now, right, this is, I'm going to give you a little backdrop so you can understand what we're reading about, right? This is Job, right? Everybody's familiar with the story of Job, or most people are familiar with the story of Job, right? A man who had it all, you know what I'm saying? Not only did he have it all, but he was considered perfect. Now, what does it mean to be perfect? I mean, that this is a man that served the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Did everything according to the law, statute, commandments of the Most High. Kept the will of the Lord. And he was considered perfect in the eyes of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? But still in all, he went through some hard times. And while he was going through those hard times, right, his wife that was with him we're gonna read about her response to the hard times, right? That was with Job, right? Job's response was completely different from how his wife responded, right? And this, what we were about to read right now, is common response amongst our people, right? Let's read on.
Come. Job chapter 2, verse 9. Then said his wife unto him, Doest thou still retain thy integrity?
Do you still what?
Retain thy integrity?
Because he's going through it. And she's seeing Job still wanting to serve the Most High or stay loyal to the Most High. And she's asking, do you still retain your integrity? Right? What is she trying? She's trying to break him, break his spirit. Because serving the Most High is not working for Job. You know what I'm saying? So why keep on doing it? You know what I'm saying? But Job understood something greater in serving the Most High. Let's continue on.
Come. Curse God and die.
Do what?
Curse God and die.
That's what she told him. You know what I'm saying? To curse God and die. You know what I'm saying? And Job went through it.
He did. So
think about that the next time you go through it. Because guess what? It's nowhere compared to Job. You getting fired from your job, or you losing out on money, or, you know, this woman stepped out on you, or this happened, your tire got flat, or your shoe got a hole in it, or you spilled your coffee, whatever you feel upset about. You know what I'm saying? It's nowhere compared to what Job had went through. You know what I'm saying? But his woman got weak. You know what I'm saying? She threw in the towel when things got tough. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be like that, because at the end of it, the Lord will still reward you if you hold on. Right? Read on.
Come. But he said unto her, Thou speakest as one of the foolish women speak.
As one of what?
The foolish women speak.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a foolish woman like Job's wife. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a sister that's ready to step out on her man whenever things go bad for him. When he's not making enough money, you ready to go whore on him. You know what I'm saying? That's something that a foolish woman would do.
Right.
Right? You want to maintain your integrity as well. Nowhere in the Bible does it say that a woman has the liberty to be stupid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she can be emotional at times, but it doesn't mean she can be a dumbass. You know what I'm saying? Like, still maintain your integrity. Right? The same way the man has the obligation to maintain his integrity, a woman has the same obligation as well. You know what I'm saying? And through your hard times, you want to be with the Most High so he can help you out in the end, right? You was going to say something, sir?
I was just going to say, it's funny that you bringing that up. Like right now, the status quo is to follow like a man who might have a certain type of job or make a certain type of money or have a certain type of status within this, but not a man who has devoted his life to serving the Most High, which is more.
Amen.
She respected Job based on his status. Like Job was doing good. Job was balling. Job had kids. He had everything. And then when she took it, she like, you know what I'm saying, just cursed God and died, basically. So it's like you ain't worth nothing if you ain't on point, if everything ain't happening and going your way. Instead of respecting his integrity. That's the part that people don't understand. Like finding a man that serves the Lord. It's the same. It says the same thing with women. Thawshab. Beauty is vain. You know what I'm saying? Favor is deceitful. Beauty is vain. But a woman that fears the Lord, you should respect a woman that fears the Lord, and a woman should respect a man that fears the Lord and his integrity. She asking, do you retain your integrity? You done lost everything. It's like saying, nigga, you still with that God stuff. You ain't got no money. And that's the same thing that we going through right now. Like where it's like the money that you got or whatever the case may be is more important than what you do for the Most High. And that is not what the Bible says. And that is not how we should be. That's just how American society has taught us. And it's so backwards to do that. And it's so shameful that this sister, after this man is still maintaining his integrity after losing everything, is not understanding that is the most important thing she can have in a husband, as opposed to money or goods or whatever the case may be. Salaki.
Damn right. Right. Damn right. A man of God is the greatest commodity on this earth. It's worth far more than gold. You know what I'm saying? And a woman to obtain that, you better hold on to that more than you hold on to any material thing in this earth. You know what I'm saying? With that sister that poured the oil on Yahweh's head, he was going through it. You know what I'm saying? She took that oil and poured it on his head, and she said that she did it for my burial. The brother was like, we could have took that oil and sold it and make money off it. She was like, nah, I'm gonna take the finest of oil, the precious of oil. You know what I'm saying? To better comfort Yahweh Shah. You know what I'm saying? Be a comfort to a brother that's going through it as a sister. You know what I'm saying? Comfort him. You know what I'm saying? Have compassion for another brother. You know what I'm saying? For a black man. You know what I'm saying? Especially a black man that serves the Most High. Right? You want to learn how to have compassion as a sister and go through it with him too as well. It's rough for him. Guess what's going to be rough for you too? But if you move him out the way, it's going to be 10 times more rough. Right. You know what I'm saying? You don't need that man there. You know what I'm saying? So y'all both can work it out and get out of the bottom that y'all in. You know what I'm saying? Like it says, two are better than one. All right, let's continue on.
Come. What shall we receive? Good at the hand of God?
Now, this is Job's response to his wife. She said, curse God and die. Forget about serving God. You know what I'm saying? Forget about that. You know what I'm saying? You trying to maintain your integrity. Look what's going on, Job. Right now, this is Job's response to her. Go ahead.
Come. What shall we receive? Good at the hand of God?
What, only good is going to come from God? Now, you hear that in the church all day, every day. God is good all the time. That's all they know of God. It's just good. You know what I'm saying? God is just so good. Well, guess what? He also brings the pain.
Right.
You were going to say something, sir?
No, I was just going to say, and all the time, God is good.
God. It's like a universal motto in the Christian church. Right. No matter what church you walk into, you say God is good, they're going to finish it for you. All the time, God is good. You know what I mean?
While you walking in, smelling like sick.
Right. Right, God. You know what I'm saying? Did all type of cover.
Meanwhile, they blood pressure's high. They don't know how they gonna pay their bills. Their next meal is coming from so on and so forth. But they trying to fool themselves. You know what I'm saying? Instead of looking at it like this is something that we just have to go through. This is a part of life. Everybody want this is what Job was saying to his wife. Everybody want the ups, but they don't want the downs. Everybody want to be blessed, but they don't want to go through the curses. Meanwhile, they disobeying the Most High. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like it comes with the territory. Like how you gonna take the good from the Most High and say God is good, But he already told you if you disobey, you're gonna get the bad. But then when the bad come, instead of saying God is good, I mean they saying God is good, but they don't really believe that. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's
Yeah.
something to say, bro. Just like they saying they following Christ, but they ain't willing to go through what Christ went through. Christ was killed, murdered to serve the most. All he did was serve the Most High. He kept all the laws. You ain't willing to go through that, so how you calling yourself a follower of Christ when you're not willing to do what he did?
Damn right. Nah, damn right, sir. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what it means to serve Christ. You expecting the good. You know what I'm saying? You got to anticipate for things to go wrong as well. Right? You expect the good, but anticipate for the wrong. You know what I'm saying? God is just not going to always provide you with good. Right? It's a balance of things. Right, young grasshopper, right? Let's read on.
Okay. And shall we not receive evil?
And shall we not what?
Receive evil.
Now, who is the good and the evil coming from? From the Lord. Right? He provides the good, and he also provides the bad times. He also provides the hardship, the trials, the tribulations, the tough times, the roughness, the trauma. He provides all of that. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing that you got to understand about a rainy day. All right? Well, what you got to know about a rainy day is what? It's going to rain, right? That's one thing for sure when it rains.
Okay.
Now, what comes after that?
The sunshine.
Exactly right. It rains, but it don't rain forever. God, okay.
I was gonna say more rain. He's talking about the sun. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Salaki, I had a precept for what you just was saying though. In Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. This says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Most High, do all these things. Salaki, I just wanted to throw that out there.
Right, sir. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? The Most High does all these things. Not him. Not him, though. You know what I'm saying? He will make you feel good and have an orgasm all day, every day. Whatever your lust is, he provided for you right here. Right. If you want to follow your lust, follow this, right? Like Suge Knight did. If you want to follow your lust, follow this. But if you want to serve God, if you want to serve the true power of this Bible, understand what the brother just read, that he's going to bring good and he's going to bring evil. He is a terrible power. He loves and he hates. You know what I'm saying? He don't love everybody. He don't always bring good. He also brings evil. You know what I'm saying? He also hates, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth about God.
Right.
And if you don't do what he tells you to do, guess what? He's going to provide you with that evil. Now, evil is something that's across the board, like we read in Ecclesiastes, but it's 7 times worse for a sinner. You know what I'm saying? That don't serve the Most High, who breaks the law, statute, commandments of the Most High. Job went through it. You know what I'm saying? But he's held on to his integrity. And at the end of it, guess what? The rain washed up. The rain went away. The sun started to, creep through the clouds. The clouds starting to spread apart. You know what I'm saying? And the sun was shining. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna go through hard times. You know what I'm saying? But like in everything, it gets bad, but it's gonna get good as well. All of that comes from the Most High. You just got to be willing to endure, right? There's a saying that goes, even a garbage can gets a steak. I don't know if you heard that.
Nah,
even the garbage can gets a steak. Nah, no sweat. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Even the garbage can gets a steak.
Yeah, even the garbage can gets a steak. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is what it's about. All right. So for time, let's drop that. Go ahead, sir. Come.
That's how Levi said. We say even a broke clock right twice a day. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, like, God, yeah, God.
even an alley cat will find a steak or something like that. Yeah, I've heard that before.
Okay, God. They're right. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I heard it from a Judite though. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said, Judite got all the smooth sayings. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna go through hard times. It's part of life. what I'm saying? In your story called life, expect a chapter of hardship, of tough times. Expect that. You know what I'm saying? You should anticipate it. You know what I'm saying? But in all the midst of what you're going through, be content, endure, and the Lord will deliver you out of it at the end of your story. You know what I'm saying? Let's get Matthew chapter 6, verse 25.
Okay. The book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 25.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, I say unto you, take no thought for your life.
Now, what does that mean? Does that mean to be depressed all day, every day? Now, what does that mean? To be careless in life? This is what Christ is gonna let you know what that means. He gonna break it down for you. Go ahead.
What shall ye eat? What ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink?
Right, because we think of these things as the main focus of life. Right? We make eating and filling our bellies and making sure that we have the worldly necessities as the number one factor of living. Right? But the only reason why you're existing is because the Lord is allowing you to exist. No amount of food or nurturing that the Lord or that you're provided with is ever equates to you serving the Most High. The most important thing for you to do is to serve the Most High. Right? But yet we think about these things. Right? In reality, we do think about these things.
Right.
Right? We in the barrios, we in the ghettos, we trying to cross that border to get something through our belly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We trying to get something to eat. You know, the Lord sees your struggle. He sees your trials and tribulations. He sees what Israel's going through. You know what I'm saying? But he's waiting on us to serve him. Right? So Christ is letting you know what's the main important thing is. Right? Let's continue on.
Come. Nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body more than raiment?
Right. Life is much more important than that.
Right.
Don't risk and jeopardize your life because of the hard stuff that you're going through, man. So it ain't worth it, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord will provide you with something greater than that Gucci belt. He'll provide you something greater than the Birkin bag. You know what I'm saying? If you maintain your integrity, guess what? He just might give you rulership.
Right.
Now, rulership versus a Gucci belt. I remember Oscar Zach will always bring this out in the camp. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is trying to give you rulership, but you rather take the crumbs and the material things over rulership, over ruling the planet Earth. You rather take the things that the Lord is telling you don't worry about, don't think about, because life is more important than that.
Right.
Even though we're struggling and we want those things, the Lord can give us even something greater. Right? Read on. No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, Salaki, sir. Now that I know the truth, I don't want no homosexual clothing.
Right. That damn right.
They can have homosexual clothing. I don't want none of that.
God.
They make them clothing so homosexuals can look at it.
Who you want to look like? This is the right. Look how you dress. You know what I'm saying? You dress like a homosexual because you trying to mimic this image right here. You know what I'm saying? Hat right, he's hanging off his shoulder. You know what I'm saying? He's all, you know, looking like a bathrobe. He just put on real quick.
Salaki.
Cut.
Yeah, he looked like he's sashaying all through the church. That's the choir director right there. You know
right.
that ain't the king. So like if I could, I know you up on the time. If you could, remember that James 1. I think it's like 1 through 14. If you don't mind breaking that down, you ain't got to do the whole thing, but it's right on what you're bringing out right now. Whenever you get to it, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to switch what you're doing right now. But I know I just looked at the time. That's a good one a good precept to go along with what you're bringing out.
Okay. Kind of the water, sir. Damn right now. We're going to grab it right now. Let's go ahead and just get James 1, right?
Okay.
Go ahead. You said 1 and 14, sir?
Well, everything you talking about is 1 through 14, but you could just bring
1
out
through,
the
okay.
one. You could just bring out the ones that you wanna break down based on it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Okay. Khan.
Yeah.
Okay. The water, sir. So let's go ahead and get James 1. We'll start at, for time's sake.
Two is good.
Okay. Khan. Let's start at verse 2.
The book of James, chapter 1, verse 2. My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into divers temptations.
Right. Like we mentioned in the class before, you know what I'm saying? Count it all joy when you fall into diverse types of temptation. What's the temptation it's talking about? The hard times. You know what I'm saying? You know why? Because at the end of it, there's something precious for you if you maintain your integrity.
Right.
If you hold on to the truth of the Most High, nothing should let you break you away from the truth. I don't care if you lose whatever it is, you lose. Maintain yourself in this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you could, here's the difference, because here's the thing, right? You could have lost it outside of the truth. Right? It doesn't mean it wouldn't have happened.
Right.
Right? You're in the truth now. And it occurred. Right? The difference is your response and how to deal with it is different now. You got a whole new spirit and a whole new outlook on it. You get what I'm saying? You'll be able to deal with it and get the counsel and get the brotherhood that you need to help you go through it. But if you go through it out there in the world, you might as well spark up a blunt. Because ain't nobody going to help you. You might as well pop those pills. You might as well become a whore or do whatever you do to communicate your trauma. You know what I'm saying? But in here, this is where you're going to find your healing, right? Let's read on.
Come. Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience.
Worketh patience. Read on.
But let patience have her perfect work.
Right. Do patience, man. Be patient. Endure. Constantly endure. You're in the ghetto. You worrying about food, worrying about raiment. Guess what? I'm going to get the kingdom after this. Right? Read on.
That ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing.
Wanting nothing. Be perfect in it, man. Be content. That's the word, right? The word of the day is content. You know what I'm saying? Be content, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I mentioned in the class last week, I'm going to mention it again, with J. Cole. Love Yours. That's a great track. I like that song. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? But love yours, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, be content. Be satisfied with what the Lord provided you with.
Right.
That is your portion. And be content in it.
Right.
Because guess what? There is somebody that has greater than you, and they're not as happy as you.
Right.
They don't have as much wisdom as you. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the knowledge and the brotherhood as much as you do.
Right.
You in the bottom, but you have a greater spirit than what they have. So be content in that. Right? Read on.
Right. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him.
Now, should you just say, God, Jesus, bless me, bless me, bless me, bless me, bless me, bless me. Read on.
Come. But let him ask in faith.
Let him do what?
Ask in faith.
What is faith?
Believing in something that is possible.
Right. Which is true. But how do you show that you have faith?
By doing the work.
It works. Faith without works is dead. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, make your requests known unto the Lord, but make sure your actions back it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? By maintaining your integrity and being content. What time is it? If you want me to answer?
On the time, sir.
Is it on the time?
Yeah, Salaki, if you could, you could skip down to 12 real quick just so you can finish it off if you don't mind, Baba Kasha. I don't know if you got time or not.
No, Khan. We'll go at Haman. Haman can wait. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Haman. Go ahead.
Verse 12. Blessed is the man that endured temptation.
What did it say?
Blessed is the man that endured temptation.
Now, it's not the blessings that you think of in the church, man. Like, what's more greater of a blessing than having the wisdom and the knowledge of the Most High over anything on this earth? You know what I'm saying? Blessed is him that endured temptation, man. Because the Lord is going to provide you with the spiritual things that you need. right? He knows physically what you need, but you got to get your spirit right. You know what I'm saying? And he'll give you the things that you need spiritually, right? Read on.
For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life.
He shall receive what?
The crown of life.
Right. And if you get your spirit right, and the Lord bless you spiritually, you're going to receive the crown of life. And what is that? That is rulership. It's being above. That's not dying off of drugs. It's not going through these curses. It's not being in captivity. You know what I'm saying? The Lord will bless you with something that's greater than what we're going through today. And it's hard. It's tough. Like I said, I wish I could say everything's going to be all right, and then poof, it's gone. You know what I'm saying? But what I would do, when you cry, I'll cry with you. I'll do that. When you suffering, I'll suffer with you. I'll be right there going through it just like how you going through it. And guess what? If we both endure together, we'll get out of this joint together. You get what I'm saying? Read on.
Which the Lord hath promised to them that love him.
To which what?
The Lord hath promised to them that love him.
Now, what is love?
It's action.
It's action. And how do you show that action? Towards the Most High.
Follow the law, statutes.
There you have it. Keep his law, statute, commandments. You follow the Most High. Dig deep into yourself. And you need help, call for counsel. You know what I'm saying? This is what we about. You know what I'm saying? But nothing should pull you away from serving the Most High. Endure constantly. All right? Salak, sir. You got it, sir.
I was just going to say the water, Most High in Christ. Salak.
Man, Most High in Christ, man. See ourselves, man. Also, Kazak in the building, man. Big up, big up. Trooper Kanak, you know what I'm saying? We're going to go ahead and close the class, but Shalom, Israel. And we'll catch y'all tomorrow, all right? Shalom.